Here we go. Buckle up. The NFL just dropped a financial bombshell that changes everything for the Pittsburgh Steelers. A quarterback rumor just turned into real, undeniable smoke. And the Aaron Rodgers conversation. It's no longer a what if, it's starting to feel like a when. Before we go any further, if you live and breathe Steelers football like I do, smash that like button, share this with a fellow fan, and make sure you're subscribed so you never miss breaking Steelers news. Now let's get straight into it, because the first 5 minutes of this conversation are loaded with breaking news, and every single piece of it matters for where this franchise is heading in 2026. The NFL has officially informed teams that the salary cap is about to explode again. According to Tom Pelissero, the league is projecting the 2026 salary cap to land somewhere between $301.2 million and $305.7 million per team. Let that sink in for a second. This year's cap was $279.2 million. Back in 2022, it was just $208.2 million. In 4 years, the cap has jumped by nearly $100 million. That's not normal growth. That's a financial reset for the entire league. At minimum, we're talking about a $22 million increase for the Steelers. And when you plug that number into Pittsburgh's books, the picture gets real interesting, real fast. Based on current projections, the Steelers are looking at roughly $67 million in cap space for 2026 before they even touch restructures, cuts, or trades. And we all know those are coming. This front office always finds extra money. Always. Is it crazy to think the Steelers could realistically enter 2026 free agency with close to $100 million in usable cap space? Because honestly, it's not. And that single detail changes every conversation we're about to have. Because when you suddenly have that kind of financial flexibility, you're no longer shopping in the bargain aisle. You're dictating the market. You're choosing who stays, who goes, and who gets paid to chase a Super Bowl. And here's where it all connects. Because this cap explosion lines up perfectly with the biggest storyline hovering over Pittsburgh right now. Aaron Rodgers. There is more smoke than ever that Aaron Rodgers is coming back to the Steelers in 2026. Not rumors from random accounts. Not wishful thinking. Real reporting from people plugged into the organization. Mark Kaboly, who nailed the Mike McCarthy hiring when almost nobody else did, has said the Steelers believe Rodgers wants to keep playing and believe he will return. Not hope. Believe. And they're expecting a definitive answer before free agency opens on March 11th, while still giving Rodgers the respect and time to make his decision. Ask yourself this early on. If Rodgers were done, if retirement was truly imminent, wouldn't we already know by now? Mike McCarthy himself confirmed he's spoken with Rodgers multiple times since taking the job. And this isn't awkward small talk. This is real dialogue. This is reconnecting. This is two football lifers revisiting a partnership that once dominated the league. Yes, their relationship in Green Bay ended badly. No one is denying that. But people grow. Time changes perspective. And according to Ian O'Connor, the man who literally wrote Aaron Rodgers' biography, their relationship is better now than it ever was when they coached together. Rodgers told him directly that they butted heads, sure, but they also lit the league on fire for years. Add in the fact that James Campen is back as offensive line coach, someone Rodgers trusts deeply, and suddenly this doesn't feel forced. It feels natural. It feels aligned. It feels like unfinished business. And financially, with the cap jumping like this, the Steelers don't need Rodgers to take a massive sacrifice. They can build around him. They can add weapons. They can solidify the defense. They can actually go all in without mortgaging the future. Which brings us to the next piece of breaking news that has Steelers fans buzzing. The 2026 NFL Draft quarterback conversation. At the Senior Bowl, there's growing buzz that the Steelers really like Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson. Multiple insiders, including Nick Farabaugh, have heard his name tied to Pittsburgh repeatedly. And yes, we've been here before. Last year at this time, the Senior Bowl hype had people convinced the Steelers were locked in on Jalen Milroe. That didn't happen. So let's slow down, breathe, and be honest about this. Ty Simpson has traits. Real ones. He ran a pro-style offense at Alabama. He consistently attacked the intermediate middle of the field. He made NFL throws on rhythm, with anticipation, against top competition. There's real tape there. Mid-season especially, his film stacks up with anyone in this class in terms of volume of pro-level throws. But context matters. Simpson dealt with injuries late in the year. He was playing through physical issues, including a stomach problem that reportedly affected his performance down the stretch. His production dipped in the SEC Championship and the Rose Bowl, and teams are factoring that in. Now here's the controversial part, and this is where I want your input, because this is today's question of the day. If the Steelers take a quarterback early, would you rather swing big on Ty Simpson in round 1, or wait and target Garrett Nussmeier on day 2 or 3? Drop your answer in the comments and tell me why. Because personally, if Aaron Rodgers is back, I don't love the idea of spending premium round 1 capital on a quarterback who won't help you win right now. If Rodgers is your 2026 bridge, the priority should be weapons, trench players, difference makers who impact games immediately. That's why Garrett Nussmeier is such an intriguing option. Nussmeier's 2024 tape at LSU was outstanding. He was one of the best passers in college football, especially over the middle of the field. Anticipation throws, tight window placement, processing defenses pre-snap and post-snap. All the stuff Mike McCarthy demands from his quarterbacks. His 2025 season took a hit because of an oblique injury, similar to what we've seen derail quarterbacks at the NFL level. That injury affected his mechanics and consistency, and it may push him down draft boards. And for the Steelers, that could be a gift. Nussmeier is also the son of Doug Nussmeier, a longtime NFL coach who has a close relationship with Mike McCarthy. He's grown up around professional football. He understands the mental side of the game. He also uses advanced VR cognitive training technology, the same type that helped Jaden Daniels elevate his processing and decision-making. If you're talking about fitting a McCarthy offense, diagnosing coverage, throwing with anticipation, and operating between the numbers, Nussmeier checks a lot of boxes. So here's a very real scenario that's gaining traction. You ride with Aaron Rodgers in 2026. You draft a quarterback on day 2 or 3. That quarterback competes with Will Howard. The best man wins. No pressure, no rush, no panic. If Will Howard beats out a mid-round pick, that tells you something. If Nussmeier wins the job, you may have just stolen your future franchise quarterback without sacrificing elite draft capital. And that's the beauty of having cap space. Options, flexibility, control. Now let's circle back to Rodgers, because this is the emotional core of all of it. Everything points to him coming back. The relationships are repaired. The coaching staff fits him. The roster is competitive. The money works. And there's no indication he's leaning toward retirement. So let me ask you this. On a scale from 0 to 100, what do you think the chances are that Aaron Rodgers is the Steelers' quarterback in 2026? Be honest. Put a number on it and explain your reasoning in the comments. Because whether you love the idea or hate it, this organization clearly believes it's happening, and they're building as if it is. The Steelers aren't acting like a team searching for direction. They're acting like a team setting up a final push. Massive cap flexibility, veteran quarterback continuity, a coaching staff with championship experience, a draft strategy that balances now and the future. This isn't accidental. This is calculated. And as fans, we're watching the pieces slide into place in real time. Now let's talk visuals and clicks, because that matters too.